Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brettcast Gaming Talk. EA has finally decided to reveal what Battlefield 6 is going to be, and that is Battlefield 2042. Yep, they're going into the future, and honestly, it's probably time since they did a World War I game followed by a World War II game. Plus, they definitely have not done nearly as much futuristic games as Call of Duty, and people were tired of that shit by Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So, let's look at all the information that is currently available about Battlefield 2042, and then talk about it. By the way, the bulk of this information I'm looking at comes directly from EA's website for Battlefield 2042. So what exactly is Battlefield 2042? Well, it marks the return to the iconic all-out warfare of the franchise. Adapt and overcome to dynamically changing backgrounds with the help of your squad and a cutting-edge arsenal. With support for 128-ish players, prepare for unprecedented scale on vast environments. Take on massive experiences from updated multiplayer modes like Conquest and Breakthrough to the all-new Hazard Zone. Yeah, that was taken directly from EA's website. Could you tell? Well, what the heck is Hazard Zone? Squad up and drop down into the Hazard Zone. An all-new, high-stakes multiplayer experience. Yeah, they have nothing here on what their fancy new mode actually is. Then there's the totally crazy redacted section that says, Enter the wide universe of Battlefield in a new experience designed as a love letter to our fans coming to Battlefield 2042. Wow, that's a lot of nothing on whatever it is. Otherwise, we have the standard Battlefield stuff, large-scale maps, battle conditions that change dynamically like weather, super fancy weapons and vehicles. They have the specialist system that lets the player really customize their character because, no other first-person shooter game also boasts that. The biggest thing is that Battlefield 2042 is going to be a live service game because people are definitely not tired of those, Anthem. They boast that they are going to evolve the world and expand the fiction through seasons that are going to last about 3 months each. Each one will have new free and paid content through battle passes because why wouldn't they have a battle pass? The first year will have 4 seasons, 4 battle passes, and 4 specialists and other content, obviously. My favorite section of the website is the how we got here. It's basically the history of the world up until the year the game is set in. A Decade of Chaos, October 9th, 2033. Hurricane Zeta, the world's first Category 6 storm, January 11th, 2034. Global food and fuel shortages spark Second Great Depression, August 8th, 2034. European Union officially disbands following Germany's collapse. The rise of the Nopats, left behind, the displaced band together into ragtag fleets in search of safe harbor. They are families, farmers, doctors, engineers, and soldiers, the once privileged and the impoverished, with backgrounds that are worlds apart, forced together, determined to survive. The media calls them non-patrioted. They call themselves the Nopats. Coming to a theater near you. Oh, sorry about that. Look, I'm not gonna read all this stuff word for word. It talks about how there were revolutions in different fields of whatever, energy, health, all that crap. Some large blackout in 2040 from all the satellites falling to Earth, and the US and Russia getting caught in a shadow war, so they use Nopats to fight for them. Finally, there's the trailer. It's a pretty epic trailer, no doubt. There's the 4-legged dog-like robot, that's pretty cool. The ice warfare stuff looks pretty cool. The whole jet thing was really epic, and overall they do a good job of showing a lot of moments that make Battlefield games, Battlefield games. there's really not a whole lot to go on here. Their website basically tells you that Battlefield 2042 is going to be this big, massive live service game, and to stay tuned for more information. And I get it. The game just got revealed. But if you're gonna say there's a whole new multiplayer mode, you should have something besides stay tuned for more information. What disappoints me the most is that Battlefield 2042 will not have a single player campaign, which is the entire reason that I play Battlefield games in the first place. And yes, that is true. Of course, the game developers have their bullshit excuse of the game's not without a narrative, and that the game has its own narrative backdrop of a humanitarian crisis brought about by climate change, with the no-pats taking up arms as the US and Russia engage in the war. Now, a game having a narrative backdrop is an excuse to not have a single-player campaign? Just because the story's woven into the multiplayer maps? Look, I know that the majority of people who play games like Battlefield and Call of Duty do so just for the multiplayer, but there are some people, like myself, who like the single-player offerings as well. At the very least, it is known that you can play the multiplayer against either other players and or computer opponents. I don't know if this means that I could play a sort of offline mode with just the bots, and even if that's the case, I'm not paying $60 to do that when I have games like CSGO, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and Advanced Warfare, in which I can already do that, and I already own those games. I honestly hope that since this is just a multiplayer only experience, that they don't price it at $60. I can honestly see maybe $30 to $40 for the base game, since, you know, they're going to have battle passes and all this extra shit that you have to buy, but knowing them and knowing EA, they'll do the $60 mark. And of course, you know, they're coming out with 3 different versions of the game, la-di-fucking-da, every game does that. I guess the one thing that's good is that EA has reassured us a lot that Battlefield 2042 will not have Battle Royale, and I'm not surprised, given that the Firestorm mode from Battlefield 5 basically failed. So there it is, all the currently available information about Battlefield 2042. I can't say for certain if I will not or will not buy this game. Excuse me, I mean if I will or will not buy this game. I guess I'll have to stay tuned for more information. Oh, wait a minute. When does the game even release? Well, it releases October 22nd, 2021. It will be on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and of course PC. That's all I have to say, so if you are out of the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thanks for listening, and goodbye.